Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Know the Facts. I'd like to read one email that I think is really going the distance. I don't know if the woman's name is Sick Puppy or Carol Gut. I don't know if that relates to her weight or if that's what they call her for a nickname, Sick Puppy. She writes, "You are such a negative human being. The truth hurts, doesn't it? How can you put this town down in government when you would be nothing without the benefits you so ungraciously receive through subsidized housing and Medicare? I get that housing from when I was in Vietnam. Were you in Vietnam? Huh? Was your husband over there? Huh? No, but you got a big mouth though, don't you? I guess there's no government subsidy you could complain about since you have ever saved as many of us have to pay our own way. You're a Dunkin' Donut loser. I got news for you, Sick Puppy or Carol Gut. You're the Dunkin' Donut loser. Let me tell you something. I haven't entered a Dunkin' Donut because they're all dumps. Their coffee tastes like garbage and their donuts taste like raw sewage. In 5 years, unless you following me around, what are you, got a fixation on me? Jerk. You must be the talk of your neighborhood, being a big shot, sending me an email. Wow. All I got to do is run around Shrewsbury and see all these floodlights on someone's houses. I wrote an email. It must be going to be you. All you get there is a half-eaten donut and an empty cup of coffee. I did my duty, unfortunately for you and for this country. What duty did you do? Write a stupid email? A stupid email? Yeah, any jerk can do that. I will do whatever I want whenever I want. And I don't spend money like this damn town does. Oh, enough of your crap. And that's what it is, real crap. Anyway, many things go on in town every day, but there are things, there are the right things if you think you're badly mistaken. The so-called friendship and sticking together drops by the wayside. That happens is hatred. What happens is hatred. I really don't care who talks about me, but are you strong enough to beat me up? I really don't think there's only, the only people that keep friendly are some of the hateful people in the town hall. The town manager is a waste of a human being. He represents what a town should be not like, doing the wrong things at the wrong time. I mean, what about the police station? I heard they're going to knock down Glavin Center and make that the police station. Was the police station asked, or were they told they're going to get the Glavin Center? Did they give them a tour around that area? I doubt it. The town manager and a selectman and a finance committee have no brains whatsoever. Let them build one. And don't build Beale School. You don't need one. The Boston paper gave a list of a lot of schools, and it showed the decline in student population. Shrewsbury was one of them. Decline in school population. Decline in school population. Yeah, make up the figures this stupid school department makes up and listen to them. Yeah, you're really brainy. All of you people want is your name on the brass plate in front of the school. That's all you want, or the building, whatever. No one is stopping you from using a crayon for now, so it can be washed off. Believe me, I'll wash it off. What an injustice you're doing to the police department. But you talk about them with negative feelings. I get negative feelings? Yeah, sure. But there are know-nothing residents who talk about them here. Just plain shut your poison mouths and lie, and you know they're all doing a great job and a dangerous job. Don't help them. You all do it. I have no respect for all of you and can't stand by big shot, phony attitudes. You love to hear yourself talk. Get in a plastic bag, seal it with tape, and talk in the plastic bag. That'd be nice. You people are sick and you need mental care, and you have all said enough to ruin the town. Your meetings prove that. The way you treat people is despicable, rotten. You talk to them like they're nothing. That's the way the boards talk to the people who go before them. They talk to the people no matter what board you go to. The finance, selectmen, and town manager has nothing to say. He shouldn't even talk. You're all nothings. Laugh if you want the end is coming. The end is coming. Believe me, it's coming. And you will not know when it comes. The only thing you will say is, why me? Well, keep saying it from now on, because it's coming closer than you think. Why me? Adjust your rotten attitudes. It's getting you in a lot of trouble. So where some committees lie because they think someone believes them. To change the subject, we all saw the TV, the very sad funeral for George Bush, a great man, a considerate gentleman. Now he will be with his wife and daughter. God rest their souls. In the meantime, there was a poor firefighter in Worcester that got killed performing his duty. He was stuck in the middle of the fire and they couldn't get to him. And he leaves a 9-year-old daughter. That hurts quite a bit. That poor little girl, he loved her quite a bit, and I'm sure the mother and her are going through quite an ordeal right now. Well, I hope God is with them. I know God is with where the firefighter is. May God protect them and protect the little girl, and give them peace. Someday, give them peace. I hope so, because that's unfortunate. That was about 8 or 9 years ago, that unfortunate fire at the old Boston Beef Company, where I don't know whether it was 6 or 9 firefighters died. They were trapped inside of one of those rooms full of grease and all that stuff. That was tragic. Can you imagine what those families went through? That's why something or somebody or some group from Shrewsbury should have went up to that Webster Square fire station and made sure Shrewsbury was noticed and cared about that poor fireman. But no, not this town. No, not this town. All as I can say is God bless the firemen and the policemen in Shrewsbury. I hope nothing ever happens to them. They're all good men. They'll give their life up for anybody and anything, and they're all nice to talk to. And you could, when you go to a donut shop or some kind of thing, ask them if they'd like a cup of coffee or a donut or something. It would be outstanding. But no, you'd rather give your money to the Beale School and a stupid library. In that piece that was in the paper last week, the library needs more money. What a joke that is! What kind of a town are we running here? What kind of town are we running here? They got more money than Carter's got pills. They didn't need computers. All these kids have a pocket computer at the house, computer in the school, computer in their car. Why do they need a computer in the school? They add 2 and 2, they go to the computer. They can't do it freestyle, because they don't know how to do it freestyle. And the teachers is just as dumb as they are. Computer makes me throw up just to hear that word. Go ahead. You're going to be the dummies on the block, using a computer for everything. That's what you're going to be, the dummies on the block. Well, take my word for it. Well, I'd like to talk about something else. It's about nutrition, and this is the Well-Being Journal, volume 27, item number 6. Vitamin C can irrevocably kill cancer cells. Vitamin C has the ability, when administered in very high doses by intravenous, to kill cancer cells, according to physician Julian Whitaker, MD, who writes that vitamin C interacts with iron and other metals to create hydrogen peroxide. In high concentrations, hydrogen peroxide damages DNA and mitochondria of cancer cells, shuts down their energy supply, kills them outright. He states that it is selectively toxic, no matter how high the concentration. Vitamin C does not harm healthy cells, Whitaker says. He notes the lab studies reveal this therapy is effective against many types of cancer, including lung, brain, colon, breast, pancreatic, ovarian, and animal studies showed that when human cancers are grafted into animals, high doses of IV vitamin C decrease tumor size by 41 to 53%. I think that's outstanding. In diverse cancer types known for both their aggressive growth and limited treatment options, additionally, numerous patient cases they have reported in medical journals. Why is the IV administration essential? It is the only way to get high blood levels of vitamin C to the concentrations required to kill cancer cells. The body tightly controls the levels of this vitamin by limiting intestinal absorption. If you take 10 grams, 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C by mouth one time, you would only absorb about 500, and you'd get a serious case of diarrhea, which is all right too. It's another way of getting rid of cancer. Intravenous administration bypasses this control mechanism, and blood levels rise in dose-dependent manner. For example, 10 grams of IV vitamin C raises blood levels 25 times higher than the same dose taken orally, and this increase up to 70-fold as dosages get larger. Vitamin C by IV, says Whitaker, is not the cure-all for cancer, but I do know, however, believe it is one of the brightest lights on the horizon. I think it is too. I think it is a very, very bright light. With the other alternative and conventional therapies, in fact, when given on the same day as chemo, the two have synergistic effects. I think that's very, very good. I think that's a very, very good study of vitamin C. There's a lot of good articles in this book. Matter of fact, I was thinking of changing my format to being the nicest guy on earth this summer to talk about healing and vitamins and all this other stuff. But what's the sense of talking to you useless people? And you are useless. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Here's one about medicinal properties of honey, bee pollen, propolis, and royal jelly. The use of honey as a food and medicine dates back to the earliest civilizations, with archaeologists' records and sacred scriptures testifying to its extensive nutritional and healing properties. Honey-based prescriptions for treating wounds, burns, skin rashes may be traced to the first of traditional Chinese medicine, while the ancient Roman pharmacopoeia indicates raw, unfiltered honey, the most useful substance in the treatment of pneumonia, perilous snake bites, afflictions of the mouth, according to the medical writings of the ancient Greek physicians. Hippocrates, honey and pollen cause warmth, clean sores, ulcers, soften hard ulcers of the lips, heal carbuncles, running sores. In short, eating honey prolongs life, as noted by the Greek philosopher and scientist Aristotle. Raw honey is arguable the oldest sweetener used throughout the world, embraced by generations and civilizations. Traditions of both the ancient and modern era. Well, a lot of products of vitamins and natural substances do heal a lot of stuff, but some people say, forget it, it ain't gonna work, and the doctors say, that don't work. How do they know that don't work? They're afraid of not getting their cut from the pharmaceutical companies. That's what they're afraid of. Medical research increasingly studying the therapeutic properties of honey validating the long accumulated wisdom of Chinese herbalists, sacred Hindu texts, and antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, antibiotic-rich protein complexes, phenomenal compounds of viable biological and clinical importance. Each constitute acts serving key therapeutic functions ranging from cardio-protective to antibacterial through the psychochemical composition. Low in pH, moisture, key properties that account for honey, antibacterial, antiseptic effectively of note while sugar constitutes 95 to 99% of honey dry matter. Experimental and clinical studies report that honey releases fructose slowly in the bloodstream, producing a sustained energy boost and homeostasis. Honey contains sucrose and other derivatives that help in burning off the sugars in your system, but they keep the sugars that do you good in your system. These could facilitate energy replenishment, muscle recuperation, and enhancement of performance in athletes nourished with honey. Likewise, mounting research indicates honey may signify improved body weight, blood lipids of diabetic subjects, as well as decreased blood glucose levels in hypoglycemic people. Throughout the ages, evidence has established honey as a potent antibacterial agent, generating interest in modern clinical settings within the scope of microbial infections and colonization. And emerging data confirms raw honey effectively inhibits a broad spectrum of bacterial species, including pathogenic and oral and food spoilage bacteria. In fact, research conducted specifically on manuka tea tree honey demonstrated bacterial efficacy against several defects of these products going bad. It also helps staph infections and a multitude of stuff here. I could say all these things, but you're going to forget half of them. Honey as a natural antibiotic could be used to cure infections as a substitute to conventional drugs. Proposed mechanisms responsible for these protective efforts include the hypoacidity of honey, meaning it draws moisture out of the environment and dehydrates bacteria, while high osmosis hilarity moderates acidity, and low-level hydrogen peroxide content prevents microbe promulgation. Moreover, raw honey as collected from the honeycomb may often contain deposits of bee pollen and propolis, which likewise exhibit medical properties ranging from antibacterial to anti-inflammatory. Although this field of bee therapy largely focuses on the applications of raw honey in a disease management and prevention, a growing body of literature is being built up spotlighting potent bioactivities of related honeybee products, which are equally relevant in both modern and folkloristic medicine. I think that's very, very good. Well, thank you very, very much for watching Notifacts. I'll come up with some other interesting articles. So maybe you'll get on the page of nutrition, maybe you won't. I don't care. I know I am, and a lot of my relatives and good friends are, and it seems to work quite aggressively and cures a lot of stuff. So thank you for watching and have a good evening. Good night.